Hello everybody, it is Emery48 here and welcome back to Singularity. Getting back into it now, getting our missing boosts. And it's been a little bit since I played the game last. And obviously this is only going out every 2 weeks, so it's not like I'm playing this every day. But it is a fun game, and I'm glad to be able to get back into it. Alright. I think the first thing to do is go over to the dinosaur area. Because after collecting everything, I should be able to pretty much buy whatever I need now. Alright, Stegosaurus. We have so much cash now in here because it was accruing over time, obviously. So we can just pretty much buy out everything without really having to work for it in the dinosaur area, which is nice. Wing things, I don't know what that is. Oh, new geode. Oh, sorry. Man, we're just popping geodes. Ossification. Many bones throughout the Ankylosaurus's skull and body were fused with greatly increased their strength and durability. Their name is derived from the medical term ankylosis, the process of fusing bones. Oh, we can get wings. Tosaurus were the first to develop this type of limb, which generates thrust and lift while moving through the air. The leathery wings are closer to those of bats than the feathers of modern birds and later dinosaurs. Ornithicia, we need more of these. Wait a second. Okay. Tell me the tooth, one of the most important evolutionary advancements in the Archosaur family, was the development of teeth in sockets. This made their teeth much sturdier and less likely to loosen or fall out while eating or in a fight. Skin deep, one of the best preserved specimens of dinosaur ever discovered, was a hadrosaur. Found in 1908, it was dubbed the dinosaur mummy due to its remarkably preserved skin and gives it insight into what dinosaurs may have looked like when alive. Okay. Alright, we need a bunch of Triceratops now. Stegosaurus. Yeah, because this cache is so easy, we can flow this stuff up so high. Let's see if anything happens when we get 100. I'm guessing it won't. Yeah. Something happened at 75, so something at 100 would be odd. But we know something happens at 75, so we'll get these all up to 75. Beak smart. Paleontologists believe that Stegosaurus probably grazed on low-lying bushes and foliage due to its lack of front teeth. This indicates that Stegosaurus may have had a bird-like beak. Very cool. There we go. Thick-skinned, the armor of the Ankylosaurus was made of knobs and plates of bone that form within the skin, called osteoderms. Osteoderms are seen in some modern animals, including crocodiles and armadillos. Ooh, we actually hit a peak of our ability. How do I photo Archaeos? Whoa, why do I have a standing one? Which one is the Archaeosaur, actually? Archaeosaur is the little dude that crawling on the ground. Then photo. Cool. Alright, well let's go how we can get this up. Just getting that to 31 million is important to get the extra geode. And out of curiosity, we're gonna see if we can find the next objective. We couldn't get very far up, but that's fine. We can asteroid now. Ooh, we can actually level this up first. And then asteroid. Boom. Meteor struck the Earth and caused an extinction event. Those 465 creatures are no more, and we've added crocodiles to the main simulation. Level up another thing. I think once we get everything that auto generates, we will then go over to the main simulation and play over there for a little bit. Although that's kind of far away. Ankylosaurus. That's photo of Ornithischius. I don't remember what it looks like. Photo of Ornithischius. You. I don't know where these pictures are going, but I have them. Teeth? Who gets teeth? You get teeth. Flat teeth, broad, blunt teeth help to grind fibrous plant material into a digestible state. These are necessary for an herbivorous diet. Okay. Cool. Alright, well, we're in a good place. I know I don't have that yet, but I think we'll go over to the main simulation for a bit. Play over there, because we have a lot we should be able to do. Because that's new. Crocodilia. First appearing in the late Cretaceous period, crocodilians are large, predatory, semi-aquatic reptiles along with birds. They are the last descendants of the Archosaurus. That's cool. Strong jaws. The common snapping turtle's strong jaws and highly mobile neck allow it to have a powerful and dangerous bite. They have been known to sever human fingers, prey upon other reptiles, and sometimes even hunt birds and small mammals. Snapping turtle. Watch your fingers. The common snapping turtle has strong jaws, a highly mobile neck, and a notoriously grumpy disposition. Long lifespan. Long lifespan. Galapagos tortoises can live for almost 200 years. They have been shown to have long memories, and the oldest recorded tortoise is 185 years old. And I can't afford that, even with the amount that I've earned. Alright, there doesn't appear to be anything back there that I've missed out on. QI, I still can't afford. That's another path that way we can take, or we can go up here and try and advance the humans. Complex emotions. Higher thought, empathy, and problem-solving abilities show us to confront not only external conflict, but internal as well. Endurance hunting. Some predators hunt by stealth, others poison, some use traps and tricks, others prefer a more direct approach, outrunning their quarry until they prey collapses from exhaustion. Neanderthal. An offshoot of Homo erectus, the Neanderthals had the mental capacity to craft musical instruments and to develop speech, but represent an evolutionary path that humanity ultimately did not follow. the human brain. Humans have a big brain with a large cerebral cortex and a higher level of plasticity than other mammals. The cognitive capacity of Homo sapiens far outstripes their ancestors and other animals, although I doubt that sometimes while playing this game myself. I'll get these up to 10 at least. Okay, that didn't do much. Let's get them up to 25, which is the first thing. Boom. Oh, there we go. Fill in the gap. Vital statistics. Nerve impulses sent from the brain move at a speed of 274 kilometers per hour. The heart pumps 182 milliliters of blood during the average lifetime, and new cells are replacing old ones constantly. You are truly amazing. Menstruation. In most mammals, the uterine lining is reabsorbed by the animal at the end of its reproductive cycle. However, in some primates, the lining is instead shed and ejected from the body as blood. Animals that menstruate can become pregnant at any time of year. That didn't just unlock the bank. It's crazy how much stuff is still off to the sides, though. Nothing down here. I think we've gotten everything down here.
See ya.
Oh, it's starting to get expensive. Aye. Alright. So close to the 50. That didn't get as much. Alright, let's get fishing. Humans develop tools to hunt fish and other sea creatures for food from the oceans the first life evolved, and it has produced in such abundance. Let's eat. I agree. Dye. Pigments made from ground plants or minerals, dyes, are used on clothing or on our bodies, adding color to our lives. Beads. Beads are the most ancient of all jewelry, made from hollowed out seeds, clay, and other rudimentary materials. Humans have gained a taste for decorative and the aesthetic. Sail. Ooh. By capturing the power of the wind, travel by boat becomes the fastest way to cross long distances. Chariot. An early breakthrough in transportation and war. Horse-drawn chariots make us mobile, especially on a battlefield. The magnifying lens. Used to make small objects look large or to focus light, the magnifying lens forms the basis for us to see further and better. Paper. The days of clay tablets, animal skins, and papyrus scrolls are over. For versatile and portable, wood pulp paper is the new best thing to write on. Ooh, the alphabet. Each symbol represents a sound. When they combine, they create words. Writing systems become more efficient than ever with modular alphabets. Arithmetic. Ugh. We've mastered basic sums, adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing. Such skills are quite useful in our day-to-day lives. 0. Numerical values are more complicated than we used to believe. When positive numbers are no longer sufficient, we must also account for a null position. Sorry. That's what I get for looking away while I was still reading. Religion. How do we understand the world around us? Where do we come from? How should we act? Where do we come from? We come from down here, brother. Hasn't this game taught us anything? To answer our first philosophical questions, we craft stories of deities that created our world and defined our cultural values. We can get the Iron Age. When the Age of Empires begins when iron replaces bronze. That looks funky. But true. When people begin to create better weapons using steel and iron, making bronze obsolete, elaborate hammered tools and weapons, proto-urban societal structures, and nominally fortified cities began to emerge. And so did algebra, apparently. Mathematics is advancing beyond basic sums and multiplications into more abstract formulations. There's so much more we can achieve. Iron tools. Humans learned to smelt metal, making iron tools and weapons stronger and more durable than their bronze predecessors. A telescope. Using curved, magnifying lenses, we're able to see distant objects as if they were up close. We can look across the sea and towards the stars. Glasses. Glasses are curved round lenses mounted in a frame over a person's eyes. They're used for vision correction, no more squinting. Microscope. For the first time, we can see objects and organisms smaller than the human eye can perceive alone. Using curved glass and mirrors, a whole new, tiny world opens up to us, one that we saw a lot of down here. Way down here. Way down here. Maybe hold off on that for a little bit, or that, or what, they're all dangerous. It's probably the least dangerous. Gunpowder. One of the earliest known chemical explosives, gunpowder consists of a mixture of sulfur, charcoal, and potassium nitrate. Saltpeter. The sulfur and charcoal acts as fuels, while the saltpeter is an oxidizer. Firearms. Boom! The earliest known chemical explosive, gunpowder, was invented in the 9th century China and allowed us to develop fireworks, blasting, powder, and guns. Military. Militaries are organized groups of warriors who serve to both defend their home and attack others. The iron sword. Though easily bent out of shape, iron swords were easier to produce than bronze swords, resulting in a much larger scale of production. Soon entire armies could be easily equipped with these blades. Governments. A government is a system that is organized with the function of maintaining a state. They make laws and run the affairs of a community. It can take many forms, including a monarchy, democracy, theocracy, and tyranny. Sanitation. Though we may not have discovered germs yet, we've begun to understand that unclean living conditions can make us sick. Keeping water free from waste is the first step to understanding how infectious diseases are spread. Coinage. Whoa, coins facilitate trade and promote the powerful. Okay. Coins are small metal discs of different value that represent currency and enable commerce. Standardization of these coins allowed for buying, selling, and saving across different nations. I don't know why it gave me a pop-up with that. It wasn't untrue. The Middle Ages have started. Hello, book. Apparently you are the Middle Age. I have a new tab. The Middle Ages are a vast period of history that lasted from the fall of the Roman Empire in the 5th century to the fall of Constantinople in the 15th century. It was characterized in Europe by mass migration, population decline, and political instability. Seems like a great time. No. I'm going to move some of these up a bit. Get us into these ranges. Man's best friend, the first animal to be domesticated by humans, was likely the dog, bred from tamed wolves. These domesticated wolves became important hunting partners and aided in protecting humans from wild predators. He who smelt it dealt it. Bronze was harder and more durable than most metals of its time, and its invention paved the way for tools and goods that lasted longer, giving humans a new technological advantage. Coin collection. Coinage made of bronze, silver, and gold first appeared around 100 BC in Britain towards the end of the Iron Age. Cool. Middling at best. The Middle Ages actually refers to a very long period of history from about 400 to 1485 AD. Historians generally separate the era into the early, high, and late periods. Fire lance. First proto-guns, invented in China in the 10th century. These consisted of a hollow tube, usually bamboo, filled with gunpowder and strapped to a spear. Think of it as a single-use flamethrower bayonet. That sounds terrifying. Movable type. With movable typeset, we've reduced the task of printing down to written language's most basic parts. Individual characters can now be reused and redistributed to form anything we want, from individual words to full pages. We're approaching the age of publishing. A windmill. Using large blades at the top of a tower, we are able to generate energy from the raw power of the wind. Now we can pump water and mill grain. We continue to turn the natural world to our will. I'm good at that. Until we destroy it, I guess, but... fireworks. Explosions aren't just for war and demolition. Using gunpowder and colored chemicals, we can create amazing pyrotechnic displays for our own entertainment. Organized religion. Our early myths and legends have become rules used to define our world. From shamans to priests, the structures of religion have become a dominant and powerful presence in society. Paper money. When carrying around coins becomes too heavy, paper money comes in to fill our wallets more comfortably. The printing press. Handwritten books take a lot of time and work to make. With the printing press, it's done faster than ever. Using movable type, we can instantly reproduce the same page, making as many copies as we need. Ideas can now spread even faster and further. Feudalism. Feudalism is a societal structure where one class owns the land and another class works the land. This system strictly defined the hierarchical relationship between nobility and peasantry. Cannon. A type of artillery that launches a large projectile using propellant. Cannonballs were able to cut large swaths of destruction across the battlefield, changing the way we fight wars. The Age of Discovery. We get a little Bing on our book. Cool. Mankind tests the boundaries of their known world, exploring over land and sea. This ushers in an era of global trade, colonialism, shared culture, and communicable disease. It's like the farther you progress, some things seem good, some things seem pretty bad. Yeah, we can get this up to 25. Help us out. Tink. To boldly go. Advancements in naval and navigational technology allow nations to explore the world like never before. Astroblade. The astroblade was a tool used by astronomers and navigators to calculate the position of celestial objects. Its name literally translates to the one that catches the heavenly bodies. Musket. By igniting propellant and expelling the exhaust in one direction, we can launch a vessel forwards. When that vessel is a projectile, the danger of going to war increases exponentially. I'd say so. Herbalism. The first medicines were created using plants from our own backyards. Many medications today still use ingredients that are found in the natural world. Banking. As global markets grow via international trade, humans develop the need for institutions to regulate money and how it's handled. Caravel. Caravels were small, fast-sailing ships that enabled oceanic exploration during the 15th and 16th centuries. Galleon. Galleons were large sailing ships used as armed cargo carriers and warships. They were a mainstay of maritime commerce and naval warfare. The magnetic compass. The compass is an instrument that uses magnets to always point a needle to the north. No matter where you are in the world, you can always figure out what direction you're heading in with a compass. Sextant. I believe that's the thingy we got on our table. This guy. It looks like anyway. A tool for measuring the distance between two visible objects, used for celestial navigation. Between this and the astroblade, sailors were now able to chart more elaborate courses and explore the globe further than ever. Scientific revolution. What seems like magic can be explained by science. Humans can perform miracles too. Cool. As the European Renaissance came to a close, new ideas about math, biology, chemistry, physics, and astronomy changed the way we thought about the world. With the emergence of modern science, humans' intellectual progress as a species gets a sudden boost of speed. We're gonna be able to get this up to 25 as well. Yep, we'll be fine. Still got a lot to spare. Well, now I'm just confused. To know that we know what we know, and to know that we do not know what we do not know, that is true knowledge. Nicholas Copernicus. Brilliant, really. The rifle. A firearm newly designed for precision shooting. With improved aim and stability, we get even better at hunting game, and even better at killing each other on the battlefield. Steam engine. Steam-powered trains replace horses, and machines start doing the heavy lifting. A new power source with promise for both transport and manufacturing. We're in the age of coal and steam. The Industrial Revolution is here. Locomotives. Yes, please. That was expensive. The engine that pulls train cars. Locomotives facilitate mass travel faster than ever before. We're building more and more complex engines to power even bigger vehicles. calculus. The mathematical study of continuous change. We learn how to calculate rates of change and are propelled into further discoveries about science, engineering, and math and economics. 3 laws of motion. Discovered by Sir Isaac Newton. 1. Objects in motion stay in motion, and objects at rest stay at rest. 2. Acceleration is produced when a force acts on a mass. 3. For every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. Law of gravity, another Sir Isaac Newton discovery. All things with mass or energy are brought towards each other. This teaches us how weight is given to physical objects, and how the tides work, as well as laying the groundwork for much of physics. Optics. With new knowledge about physics, we discover the laws that govern the behavior and properties of light. Biology. The study of natural life and living organisms, we begin to understand how our bodies work, and those of the animals and plants around us. Composition of light and change. The color changed. We discover the different elements that create light. Who knew that something we take for granted could be so complex? Pasteurization. French chemist Louis Pasteur discovered that boiling wine would kill the bacteria that caused it to go sour. When we apply this process to milk, we discover one of the most effective ways of rendering our food safe from bacterial infection. The Industrial Revolution. Citizens become consumers and clamor for mass-produced goods. Train on rock. Train is really just on a rock. Interesting. I don't know why train went on rock, but that's not how I was expecting train to come. The scientific processes we began to understand during the scientific revolution give way to unbelievable progress. Now machines work for us in massive factories, while steam power propels us across the globe. Alright, factory. An industrial site or complex where workers manufacture goods. We are now able to process large amounts of materials and output products at a higher rate. Flight? I can't afford flight. Morphine? I'll go with chemistry. That feels safer than morphine, I guess. The scientific study of atoms, elements, and molecules. Chemistry allows us to synthesize new compounds for the first time. We are inventing brand new substances with millions of uses. Photography. Can't afford photography. I can get Morse code, though. Using this code of taps and clicks, we were able to transmit text over the newly invented telegraph, allowing us to send messages to each other and over long distances almost instantaneously. Communication will never be the same. A zipper. A fastener that uses interlocking teeth to bind edges of open fabric. Light bulb. In ancient times, our lives were dictated by the passage of the sun. candles could provide some light against the darkness, but with electric lighting, we can turn night into day, and more than ever before, we can control our own hours. We're getting a lot. We're getting 409,000. I guess it's not terribly a lot. We're gonna see. I'm not gonna be able to get that, I don't think. Up to 25. Let's get the telephone. The atomic age, excuse me? I get the atomic age because I unlocked a telephone. No need to write a letter, now we can ring up our friends, family, coworkers, and enemies, and speak with them directly, whether they be in our neighborhoods or miles far away. Radio. Transmitter and receiver with the right equipment and the use of radio waves, we can now send messages across miles. When it comes to mass communication and entertainment, we've entered a new era. The loom. Making clothes can be difficult work, but now we can start weaving thread into cloth. Who knows? Perhaps one day some machine loom will do the work for us. And there it is. A mechanical loom. Hey, what do you know? A machine loom is doing the work for us. Textile creation is fully automated. Morphine. No longer must we suffer through the pain of surgery. With morphine, we are able to anesthesize ourselves into bliss. Just don't take too much. This magic medicine is also one of the most addictive substances known to man. Incredible. Alright, none of that we can afford just yet. So let's go down here and start bringing these up to 50 because these should be pretty cheap to do. Nothing to whine about. Archaeologists have found evidence that Stone Age peoples fermented grape juice to brew wine as far back as 5,400 BC. Ooh, we unlocked music for how much? Yes, please. Music. One of the earliest art forms. Humans have been able to chant, sing, and craft, and play rudimentary instruments since the beginning of civilization. Counting sheep. The first animals to be bred specifically for food production were probably an early ancestor of goats or sheep. These animals provided both milk and meat, thus making their domestication integral to ending our reliance on hunting and gathering. Okay, selective breeding takes 17 billion, so we'll be back for that at a future date. I never even brought Bronze Age. Oh, I did. Never mind. I didn't read it right. But it's at 5. Medicine. Hanging gardens. Mesopotamia was the birthplace of some of the world's most important early innovations, including the wheel, written language, and mathematics. Let's get some medicine. Between infections, genetic diseases, and unfortunate accidents, the human body is often in jeopardy. Early attempts to treat these ailments use herbs and our rudimentary knowledge of our bodies to try to save lives. Here comes the cavalry. It is theorized that the Persian Empire may have been the first civilization to have an armored cavalry, outfitting both their horses and riders in steel armor. Oh. Norman notions. The Norman conquest of Britain in 1066 introduced many important components of life in the Middle Ages, including the feudal system and stone castles. Newspaper. As I'm in media business, I should get the newspaper. Extra, extra, the newspaper tells stories about what is happening around the world, sports, current events, politics, and much more. All this and more in the next edition of the Evolution Times. Clever. Ooh, that's where we run out of things to get. Okay, we've made a lot of good progress on this side of the board. Alright. So we know we can't get that to 50. Did we read that one? It's 25. Yeah, we did. Okay. Alright, we're gonna move off of this for a short bit. Come over here. Are we going up in QA at all? Not really. I'd like to get that to 50 because it's so dang close. But it's not moving up in QA very quickly. Yeah, that doesn't move much at all. Let's get an Archosauria. Archosauria were the ancestors of dinosaurs and eventually evolved into birds and crocodilia by tracing the lineage of these modern animals back to the Archosaurs. We can follow the path of evolution all the way back to the Triassic era. Protruding nostrils. Ooh. Crocodilians have nostrils that sit on the top of their snouts. They stay above water when the crocodilian submerges itself while hunting, so they can continue to breathe. Seems important, I guess, breathing. Always nice. Sensitive hearing. Crocodilians have very sharp hearing, special muscles to help to protect their eardrums while they're underwater, making their hearing just as good above or below the surface. Crocodilia. Achievement unlocked: reptilian relatives. Cool. Hey, monkey. How you doing? Oh, we got a thing. Reptilian relatives. While they are not the descendants of dinosaurs, crocodilians are the last living archosaurs. Evidence of this can be seen in some traits that distinguish them from other modern reptiles, like their four-chambered heart and cerebral cortex. Crocodilia, first appearing in the late Cretaceous period. Crocodilians are large, predatory, semi-aquatic reptiles. Along with birds, they are the last descendants of the archosaurs. How much was it? It was 8 point something for this? 8.36. Okay. Patient predator. Many reptiles can lie in wait for their prey for a long time, hiding underwater or camouflaged in undergrowth. These predators wait patiently for just the right moment to strike. Saltwater habitat. Crocodiles are adapted to live in a saltwater environment. They have special salt glands that help to filter their salinated habitat. Crocodile. Crocodiles have long, narrow heads with a pointy snout. Their upper and lower jaws are the same width, unlike alligators. They commonly live in saltwater and are the most aggressive member of the crocodilian family. It's up to 25, since we're clearly not getting... There we go. Super croc. An ancestor of modern crocodilians, Sarcosuchus, lived during the early Cretaceous period. They grew to twice the length of the modern saltwater crocodile, the largest reptile alive today, and had a bite force of up to 9 tons. That's a lot of ton. Oh, they're that close to 100. Quite a mouthful due to a snake's ability to open their mouths extremely wide. The common garter snake can swallow a frog nearly twice the size of its head. Ecdysis. When a reptile outgrows its old skin, it must shed it so that it can continue to grow. After the old dry skin has been shed, the reptile will eat it to gain valuable nutrients. Fun. Egg on your face. The only two mammals that hatch from eggs are duck-billed platypi and echidnas. Okay. Oh, we can get this so easily up to 150. Genetic engineering. DNA was first isolated in 1869 when the Swiss doctor Friedrich Miescher noticed a microscopic substance he named nuclein left over in discarded bandages from a patient. Leave it to Leeuwenhoek The first person to see bacteria was Antoine van Leeuwenhoek, who spotted them under the newly invented microscope in 1674. True or false? The word eukaryote comes from the Greek words meaning true and nut. Interesting. Getting as much as we can up to 150 because it's barely costing us anything. It's the first one that actually made a dent in the QA when I was doing it. Startling sponge stats. The smallest tea sponges are 1 inch long. The largest can grow to 4 feet tall. That is impressive. We want to experiment. Does getting this to 200 max it out? No. 200 is not the last slot. Okay. That's good to know. I did, though, think that that was going to max it out, so... It's interesting. Well, we can get this one up to 150. Perpetual Polyps. While most jellyfish have a lifespan ranging from a few months to a year, the species Turritopis nutricula can reverse its life cycle, transitioning between adult medusa and baby polyp at will, potentially allowing it to greatly increase its lifespan. How the heck do you reverse your life cycle? That's kind of cool. Endless appetite. Tapeworms can grow to be at least 11.5 feet long and 25 years old. They can and will live in your large intestine. Please cook your meat thoroughly. I didn't need to know that. That was gross. Alright, well, we've earned a lot over here. There we go. Nina Pinta Santa Maria After Christopher Columbus's death, his heirs sued the monarchy of Spain for part of the continuing profits from the colonization of the Americas. Interesting. That is not something I would have guessed. Let's get an aqueduct. Towns and cities begin to grow, creating the need for easily accessible water. Aqueducts are bridges that overcome obstacles such as ravines and mountains to bring water to civilization from far away. Couldn't get all that much over here. I think it's as good a time as ever to head back to our dinosaur area. So we can now collect that millions and get into here. And get this stuff with hopefully relative ease. Let's actually get one of these first, because it's auto anyway, so we might as well. What does this button do? That's right. That brings me back to the primary simulation, which I didn't want to do. Why that's in multiple places, I don't know. Main simulation speed increased. That's cool. I don't know how that helps. I wish I could see the other objectives. But I can't. I need to upgrade this one. What the heck are you? Okay, what do? You Triceratops times 2? Yeah, let's upgrade that. Let's get that to 75. Not that it matters, it just looks a little more even. Jurassic, Triassic. Oh, it says which type they're from. Plesiosaur? Plesiosaurs were large aquatic animals with a broad, flat body, a long neck and tail, and 4 strong flippers. They were one of the first fossilized reptiles identified by humans and were discovered in the early 1800s. Good for us. Good for them, I suppose. There we go, now we're boosting. Alright. Alright, we can get this. Hello. How much did it get me? 2.2 million after 36 seconds. Holy cow. I don't know if that card's linked. Is that card like linked to a different dinosaur that we just don't have yet? Yeah, we're gonna do this dinosaur period completely, and then we'll start the next one and let that just simmer in the time that I'm not playing, basically, so that we can do it just like we did the last round. Especially because at this point we've put enough work into this one where we might as well just see it through now. And by the time we're done collecting things over here, our primary simulation should have enough where we can level up a few things a little bit farther, and that will basically be able to wrap up our video. This time playing Zelda Singularity. It's been a bit since I've been on this game, so it was fun to get back on, relax. It is just a nice relaxing game for me to play. So that is at least fun. Not that this game isn't fun, and the other videos I make are also fun, so it's all nice. And it does get to be a slow and painful process doing this, though, sometimes. On the dinosaur side. The dinosaur side, to me, I don't enjoy it as much as the other side, as the primary simulation. But I guess if I enjoyed the side part more than I enjoyed the primary, then that'd probably be a little odd. I guess they wouldn't have done as well on the game. In my opinion, I think the primary side should be more entertaining than the dinosaur side. much is this making? 207,000? How much are you making? 70. Oh, did that. What did I do? I don't want to take a picture. How did I? I didn't even realize I had entered picture mode. I feel like I should bring topics to talk about while we're doing these little parts with less action, I guess. Not that there's a lot of action in this game anyway, but I feel like on the primary simulation I do have more in general to read up on. More stuff kind of gets accomplished. Whereas on the dinosaur side, stuff doesn't change all that much for long periods of time. There's not much to read, it's just kind of going through stuff. So I feel as though I should probably bring topics to discuss while doing this part of the game. But if there are any topics in particular that you would like me to discuss while playing this game, let me know any down below. I know we're pretty late into the video, so if there's anyone left at this point to hear me ask for that request, fair enough. And hopefully you leave a comment. If not, maybe I'll come up with some for the next one. You probably won't know that I've said that, because you didn't make it this far. But if you made it this far, thank you. Leave a like. Subscribe. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think of the game. Tell me what you want me to talk about. Tell me what other games you want me to play. That's always cool too. Any of the above is appreciated. And just being a viewer, like an hour plus into this game, also appreciated. No, it's just not worth it on the dinosaur side. I don't think, anyway. So you're always gonna have extra at the end, and it just goes away. So there's no point of getting that. I'd rather save my cubes for when I come back, so I can double after a long period on the primary side. That's where I want my cubes to go. Alright, only 4 more stegosauruses for the first geode. Well, not the first geode, I guess we've gotten one already in this, but for the next geode. I don't know what geode we've already done. I don't remember opening a geode. It's been early on, I guess. Whew. It'd be nice to get the plesiosaur on an auto tract, but at the same time, it's not like I need it. It's every, 36 seconds? So it's not like I'm doing it a whole host of times. That was a good boost. It's still valuable to keep getting that. That was my strategy when we first unlocked the Triceratops, was just to keep updating the highest thing, because it will just boost our income. Pretty wildly. Like, in 36 seconds, we get a third of a Stegosaurus just from that. So in a minute, we get 2/3 of the Stegosaurus, and you hope from everything else we can get the other third. So basically, in a minute now, we can get a Stegosaurus, which is a pretty good ratio, I guess. Like, is it that good of a ratio? And when we do that, we can go quicker. We only need 2 more. It's probably going to be around 90 million to get the last 2. We're getting close to the end of the bit, though. Like, oh, I did a picture one. That's why I have one geo done. It'd be nice to get another picture one. Although I don't know if we get more than one of those in a period. I'd like to show the missions for these 2 basically, because those 2 are going to be the easiest and the cheapest, and that would be nice to be able to do before going on to the Ankylosaurus. Not quite. Well, not. Start this one up again, and buy another one, and one more in 51 million. And we'll be done with the Stegosaurus mission. The dinosaur simulation is a lot of clicking. I'm starting to switch between which fingers I'm using. So I'm not just using the same index finger the whole time. It's a lot of quick clicking on this side. The other side, at least on the main simulation, at least the clicking is more spread out than this. But hey. There we go. Is that new? Was that? No, I guess it was not. Oh, it's duckbills. It is new. Some herbivorous dinosaurs had long, flattened snouts that looked like the beaks of ducks. These were ideal for plucking twigs and leaves off plants and trees. Yeah, we might as well sit here and just wait until this opens, and then we can go for the Ankylosaurus because we know it's going to be expensive. Nope. Alright, we've already hit our hole and we're 11 away. Great. We're not going as far up as the Stegosaurus. We might be alright. Hey. We're already 8 away, and it's not as high up as Stegosaurus was, so this one should be relatively more calm. Alright. 5 away, not bad. Making good progress. It's nice because now pretty much every 36 seconds we get to get one. So it makes it times 8 speed. Okay, so it just speeds things up, I guess. Alright, one more. We're done on that one as well. There we go. Oh, Triceratops is the next one. That's going to be significantly more expensive, especially because we're going up to almost as much as Ankylosaurus was at. So that's going to be kind of brutal. we'll be able to get the good first few out of the way quick. That's all we got, though. We're halfway. Now we're far away. This one's gonna be expensive. Yeah, you can kind of feel it already where it is. It's not gonna get cheaper, that's for sure. No, I don't think anywhere I can unlock something. It's tough. I feel like this has to be like a general overall speed enhancement where it's not attached to a dinosaur unless it's gonna attach there. That would be odd, I think. Alright, we're 10 away now. This game, every time I play it, I do end up getting into a deep, like, concentration zone. I don't know how I'm concentrating so much on just clicking. But it always seems to happen. I think the one thing about this game, it is so simple, but what fascinates me is how far it's going and how detailed it is. And it's like, I just want to see how far it goes. We're 5 away now. It's gonna take a few 100 million of this to get us all the way there. I'm hoping whatever the other objective is after this, that it's much easier. Almost making 1,000,000 a second at times, but it's probably lining up with... Ooh, we did make over 1,000,000. Nice. It just fluctuates so much because things take longer than a second to produce something. It just jumps all of a sudden and then jumps back down. Well, that gets us 3 away. Feeling all the clicking I'm doing must be shaking the camera a little bit, which would probably be a little annoying. That's less stable, okay. Go away. We can finish up the Triceratops. There we go, 51 new geode. Plesiosaur, okay. Nice noise. Only need 20 of them, but gonna take a bit. Oh, we are so close to collecting enough, whatever the blue thing is, to get the next geode and unlock a different mission. There we go. Ah, it's not quite enough. 2 away still. If I knew more about how I collected those, I would see if I could get it, but I have no clue how I collect those. I mean, I understand when I collect them, I just don't understand. Like, I collect them from upgrading, but I don't know if it's at a certain point. I haven't paid enough attention to that yet to notice. exactly when that happens. Luckily, we only need 20 plesiosaurs. And they are the biggest thing, so they produce the most. So upgrading them does help. Although, let me test something. I think it might be at 10 that I get some. It is. Okay, so we get a geode there. That was valuable. Okay, and it's either we do 20 of these or 40 of those. I mean, 40 of those is going to be cheaper than, right? Yeah, it would have to be. I'm going up here. Still expensive, but we're halfway there, and it's only costing us 20 million. Which isn't bad, I think. Oh, we can upgrade something. Thank goodness. Open a geode. Okay, we have a cheap one that we can do. Oh yeah, we're gonna be able to... Whoa. Not gonna... Man, everything's expensive. Wow. Actually, yeah, that one's not going to be the cheapest because we're still 20 away. It's already 20 million. At least the terrace or... Oh, actually, no, I don't even know. Yeah, it is that one. That's the cheapest. Thought we were closer to the end of the pterosaur. You know, I'm going back to the primary simulation. I didn't realize that the dinosaur spot takes ages longer than I thought. 899 trillion. Yeah, I don't need to double that. Hello. Alright. Yeah, we're not even close to doing what we wanted to be able to do over here. See what we can do over here. Let's Stone Age up to 100, right? Sure. Alright, we're definitely not doing the next one up to 100 though. Because we're definitely not doing this one either. Man. The decisions. Alright, we'll bring fish. I don't want to, because I want to bring humans up one more. That's what I really want. Alright, 8.3 so far away. This is tough. Whoa. The data log is a transcript of all semblance. Corporation artificial intelligence processes records events for posterity in the event of a malfunction. Huh. I mean, these are all the pop-ups that I get. I didn't realize they were being saved. I guess they would be saved. So I understand what all these are. These must be more species to open, and these must be more. How do you get badges? What are these for? What are these for? There's so much stuff left to get. Oh, I thought it was one off. That's human that I'm one off. Guess there's not more to go over there. The next thing to unlock is on rank 10. How do we unlock lion? Alright, we're gonna unlock the 100th Stone Age. Oh, we're on 98. We're not even that close. Alright, we're going back to the dinosaur thing because we didn't get nearly as much as I thought we got over here. Alright, that's a good amount to get us stuff. 300 million. I don't think we finished. I don't think we get near finished. Oh, you don't get even near finished. You know what? We're not near finished on anything that we want to do. So I am going to wrap it up. We'll wrap it up in the primary simulation. We'll be able to finish the dinosaur one the next time we get on. But we'll finish over here. Is there anything I want to unlock before I finish? I'd like to get... I won't get that. I think I'll wrap it up here. Because we've made really good progress. We've moved up and found the human brain, which is cool. I think once we get 50, we'll unlock some more stuff, unfortunately. Couldn't quite get there. we've gone from like the Bronze Age through the Iron Middle Ages through the Age of Discovery, the Scientific Revolution, and into the Industrial Revolution. And we can see the Atomic Age. So, thank you everyone so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this game as much as I am. And have a wonderful rest of your day.